is, Dave?
It's finally Friday.
I gotta say, it may be one of the best days of the week ever. You know, we've been talking about what's been going on in the political scene for years, and we try and get off the topic, and we try and find better topics other than, and you know, in some cases we found some. You know, we've talked about Teslas. You know, your good friend Sass Perez, who we had a wonderful conversation, and you know, kind of got me down the path where I actually own 3 electric cars, not 1 but 3. And you know, a lot of it goes to people like Sass, who were very pro and very encouraging in this whole new ecosystem. Problematic, it is definitely not the easiest path to have, but all the same, I'm very happy. And you know, happiness doesn't come from someone drilling down your throat that you must go this way. Happiness comes by education, understanding, and a willingness to accept that there are alternative views. Something that the left has seemed to have forgotten, because originally this whole concept of EVs was a Democrat Green New Deal. I got to be honest with you, I don't think Teslas or any electric cars are any more green or less green for the environment based on the way they're produced, the raw materials required, and the energy required to get those raw materials and dispose of those materials. But it's just another form of energy that drives and propels my cars. And, you know, if you read recently, the left has gone out of control. They are the party of demonstration. They are the party of violence. They are the party of destroying public property and private property. And this draws us to what I believe our topic's going to be, which is about the hatred towards Elon Musk and the vindictive characteristics of a party that only want to punish people for not coming into their line. You know, when Elon bought Twitter, they hated him. But it took him taking over Dodge and cleaning the bowels of the beast. Some cliches, draining the swamp, cleaning the pork, taking the lipstick off the pig, is the way in which drew in these radical, insane criminals from the Democratic Party to vandalize all the charging stations, destroy cars and dealerships and property of others, as if this was martyrdom. Welcome, everybody. This is the Rant Network. My name's Stuart Brisgell, an unapologetic conversation with my best friend and partner for nearly 5 years, David Solomon, as we tackle a diverse range of topics with candid conversation, bold opinions, whether we're breaking down the latest headlines, exploring pop culture, debating politics, delving into complexities of modern life. We offer a platform from every perspective. So grab a seat, settle in, and join us on this thought-provoking journey and discussing. That definitely will be meaningful. But I find it quite ironic. David, who was begging for the green cars? What party?
No, I don't agree with you. It's not about green cars, Stuart. It's not about that. It's about who is the one who says they're the party of climate change. The party of climate change that they continue to throw out at everybody is, oh, we are it. Stuart, they're saying they're it, not the Republicans. The Republicans are against climate change. Every time the Republicans say, because they want drill, baby, drill. All they hear is oil. So they're the enemy of the environment. And in fact, if you look at blue states like New York, California, Oregon, Washington State, Massachusetts, Vermont, all blue states, starting next year, Stuart, and this is why I'm reading this, 35% of all new vehicles sold in the state must be electric. Starting 2027, Colorado, New Jersey, Delaware, Rhode Island, New Mexico, Maryland will join the program in 2027. So the accusation on the left of almost all of these blue states is that Republicans don't believe in climate change and they won't force the climate change. But what you and I went back, if you go back to the time, and I apologize for how we started this in the green room with Sass. But here's the thing. If you remember that conversation with Sass, and folks, you can go back to our archives and please watch that podcast. It's still very relevant. The question Stewart had asked at the time was, well, what about the infrastructure? And there is no infrastructure. It's pathetic. One of the EV, by the charging station companies, Stewart, by the way, is bankrupt and left a whole bunch of people hanging with no charging stations. And so if the party is really, really, really interested, and by the way, let me finish this. In model year 2027, 43% of new vehicles sold must be electric, 59% by 2029, 80% by 2032, and in 2035, new gas vehicles will be prohibited. Yes, 100% in New York must be electric. This is straight out of the doctrines. So if the left truly believes in this EV initiative, like 2026, Stuart, which, by the way, is in 9.5 months, why are we going after Tesla? Why are we going after the founder of an operation who didn't hide his technology? Ladies and gentlemen, car manufacturers hid their intellectual property, hid their secrets from other car makers at the risk of fear of losing sales. And Elon Musk, Stuart, published it. He put it out there for everyone so that they can advance the EV technology. And what's his punishment? His punishment is agreeing with people that they hate. These states, these blue states, these people who are on the left, who are encouraged by Democrats across the board, are being encouraged to create an incursion, violence. Maxine Waters called for rebellion. The party that was upset on January 6, 2021 over what happened on the Capitol, but apparently if it happens to a private citizen who is helping the government be better at something, that's okay. Because what you've realized from the Democratic Party is, Stuart, and this is really what it is, their message, their brand is dead. There is nothing there but violence. It's there but teenage antics, and we've talked about this. It's there, but they're the ones that are encouraging, and we talked about this on Wednesday. They would rather support a pro-terrorist. They would rather, keep that person in the United States, despite what he preaches, just in spite of the right, in spite of Donald Trump. And this is what is amazing. So when you see people, as you said, burn Teslas, damage Tesla dealerships, ruin the infrastructure. And this is the thing. Why did I bring up these numbers by 26 and 27? Is the infrastructure is not there, and they're damaging it. So by 2026, what are you going to do, people? Who's going to buy so I'm going to ask you the question. Who's going to want to buy an electric vehicle? When you think that the industry leader is, when you think the industry leader is Tesla, why would you then, this is what I don't get. If they are truly about climate change, then they've really, they're taking a Greta Thunberg approach. Do what I want, or I'll throw a teenage hissy fit. I will damage, destroy, break, even if it makes no sense, because you don't agree with me. Bravo.
But David, this is something that we've been telling people and ranting about for 5 years. You know what? It's almost at the point where every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern, the topics are the same thing over and over and over again.
But Stuart,
it's rather disappointing that we come back to the same dialogue. The left is just being ridiculous. The left isn't the Democratic Party of the Kennedy family. In fact, a modern Democrat would say that Kennedy wasn't democratic enough. wasn't left enough.
No.
You know, what's left of the Kennedy Democrats is actually communism. That's to the left.
They're Marxists in the corner.
And socialism is to the left of the Democratic Party. Listen, Canada is a failed republic. It is financially bankrupt.
We're not a republic, but thank you.
Well, sorry.
We're not a republic.
I apologize. You're not a
stick with the U.S. Let's stick with the United States. We're talking here about the left in the United States showing their true colors.
Globalism is dead. But here we are, with this left-wing insanity promoting death to Tesla, death to Chargers, death to dealerships. Like, I don't know, David, are they taking one out of the Hamas Palestinian, work group? Let's burn the place down. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Stuart, this is what we're bringing up today, and you're saying it. Why we keep repeating about the left? They're the ones making the news. They're the dominating the news cycle thanks to the liberal media. The liberal media continues to push. Look how great this is. You watch CNN. I'll give you an idea of how crazy the left is, okay? And I'm diverting a little bit. They asked Kevin O'Leary what they thought of Rosie O'Donnell leaving the United States because of Donald Trump.
Fabulous.
And he says, who gives it? Who gives a bleep? And it's funny because he said, who gives a bleep? And he's right. Because this is what the left wants. You agree with me? You could be a celebrity. You could be, Joe Blow on the street. As long as you agree with me, your methods mean nothing. This is what people need to realize. The Democratic Party today, their message is, you're with me or against me. We've said this. I know that. But it couldn't be clearer right now with Elon Musk encouraging violence, damage, destruction of property. I mean, imagine, if you will, people, that I don't agree with you and I burn your house down. I mean, you'd sit there and you go, what are you doing? So why is this acceptable? Where is the left? This is what I don't get.
It's not.
Where is the left to condemn the move?
Discourse.
Stuart, but where is the left to condemn violence? January 6, 2021, you haven't shut up about it for 4 years because it was your office, because it was your Capitol Hill, the incursion, the rebellion, the people. All you've done is talk about January 6th. But yet when it comes to your cause, it doesn't matter. Violence, damage, destruction, yelling in people's faces. Like, this is what you're getting? If you're encouraging this, folks, if you're a card-carrying member of the Democratic Party, ask yourself this question. Do you want to be led like this? Are these the people you want to make decisions for you, who only think of their political gain and not you? Now, you could say that about the Republicans in a different way, and you probably wouldn't be really wrong about that. But let's look at what's going on here. The Republicans, you don't like what the Republicans are saying? What are they doing about it? Well, maybe they'll go to court. Maybe they'll bring it to Congress and the Senate. They'll take the legal approach because that's the big boy, the put your pants on approach. The Democratic Party is throw the hissy fit of a century until I get what I want. Unbelievable.
David, like I've said 1,000 times, rules for me, not for thee.
I quoted you.
That is the mantra of the DNC.
But I gotta ask you this question. All right, go ahead.
No, it's okay. What do you want to say?
I'm gonna ask you this question, okay? When you think about it today, you got a bunch of EV companies that are trying to emerge that are not exactly financially stable. You've got China manufacturing EV cars that you got car makers in this country who don't want to see those cars here because they're cheap. So who you have left? You've got Tesla. So if you're truly about your initiative of green and protecting the environment, which I know we argued about with SAS a while back about the whole thing with the batteries and all that. But if you remember, Stuart, the idea was it's an alternative energy. And you have this, you believe that this is going to help the planet. Why damage your future. You've been screaming about your children. We've ruined the planet. Let's help them. And the way you believe in helping them is through these electric vehicles. You had 4 years of Joe Biden's unrealistic policies about electric vehicles, and you're destroying the leader because you don't agree with the way he, his philosophies in life and how to manage money. I'm just curious, ladies and gentlemen, what do you really want your way? That's all you care about.
Well,
so let's wrap this up.
David, and that brings this episode to an end. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We greatly appreciate your time. Every Monday, Wednesday, noon Eastern, David and I get all into it. Stay connected with us on all the social media channels. Like us, love us, download us. We definitely love the comments. Keep them coming. And just remember, guys, this is what we have always wanted to do. Tell you what's wrong in the world. David, what do you got to say?
Hey, Stats, I forgot to mention, even you realized how crazy they are. Love you, man. Take care.